I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Hello. Hi there, Miss Dina.
Hey, Father Fish, how's it
Nice
going?
to see you.
It's nice to see you too.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We got a gang in here already.
Yeah, we do.
See everybody. That's right. Gracious. Well, it's been a really eventful week.
Mhm.
A very eventful week.
That it has.
We have completely revamped the shoal, our Discord server.
Mhm.
It was an interesting process because as we struggled with this and talked through it, a small group of about 10 of us who have been essentially in leadership role, we realized that we're on a server, or a platform, I guess you would call it. We're on a platform, Discord, that is primarily a gamer platform.
Yeah, it is.
Most of the people on it are gamers.
Mhm.
And there's a certain mentality to that,
Mhm.
a gamesmanship mentality, and the PvP is all about getting over on another person,
Yum.
eating them. So it's a very conflict oriented kind of mentality,
Mhm.
and that's reflected in virtually all of the servers. And it was reflected in ours in a couple of ways. We had levels, levels of participation.
Mhm.
That's an open invitation to conflict. We never really thought about that, but three different times over the 4 years we've had this up, things work themselves into a state of conflict. And it was all about people rising up through these roles, achieving higher and higher roles, more and more authority, and then coming to the place where they were king of the mountain or they were in control. And because there was so little real discipline about that, it became ugly. It became vicious. and destructive. And people were being driven away by it. They
Mhm.
were being harmed by it. They were being abused by it. And I realized, along with the other admins who I worked with, that we could not allow that to go on.
Mhm.
So we tried to talk about it. We tried to bring reason to it, and it was hopeless because the people who were there, who had gone through that process, gone through that pain, gone up those levels, are gamers.
Mhm.
You know, they're unrepentant gamers, and that's their mentality, that's their approach, and they were by God going to win the game by gaining control of the server,
Mhm.
and there was no accommodating that.
Mhm.
So we had to ban them. We
Yeah.
banned about a dozen,
Mhm.
and it's been a place of peace and joy and love and wonder since then. But we
Mhm.
realize we can't allow that to happen again. So we've taken the position that we are not a gamer site. We are a community.
Mhm.
We don't have roles and levels in our community. We're all the same. There's a small group of people who are, while they're not outside that community, are granted the power and authority to make changes.
Mhm.
And those are the people who have the greatest heart for the community, who love the community, who cherish it, who are committed to it, who are deeply personally supportive. So those are the people we have now in leadership making decisions about how we move forward. So
Mhm.
we've completely restructured. We have two separate sections going on now. The one section is all about getting help. It's all about people who are in trouble, who are having a problem, they need to get help. They click on the they click on the link, they come in and they get the help they need. There's research available there immediately for them. They can look at lists of problems and select one. And if that's not work, if that doesn't work, they can ask for help from a specialist.
Mhm.
And the specialists are merely people who have been doing this for a while, who understand it, got a pretty good grip on it, and can provide help. We designate those people, and it is the administrators and the group we call moderators. So we have a moderator group. The moderators are selected by the administrators. So this is all kind of top down, which makes it a unified kind of program.
Mhm.
So long as we as owner and administrator can keep our hearts pure, can be genuinely concerned about and committed to the community, then all will be well. And it will mean if we get out of control, that the community rises up and says, "You're losing us." And when that happens, there are enough of us in balance. There will be, hopefully, enough of us in balance to be able to make the correction, to remove the problem, to counsel if that can help, but to remove that person from that position if need be. So I think we're in good hands now, and I think we can move forward with strength, with dignity, and with the commitment to be warm to people, to be friendly, to be supportive, and to be helpful. So the second section then is the community. And you become a member of the community by becoming a shoulder. And a shoulder is simply a sponsor. It's a person who, it's a member, I should say. The shoulder is a member. It's a person who makes a commitment to the community to be a part of it and is welcomed into it, and then can share in all the benefits and participate in all the activities. And there are many now, there will be many more. There's still a step that we have to put in place. We can't do that until we resolve some issues with Discord. And we're working on those now. So hopefully that's going to happen soon and we'll be able to move forward. Let me also say that those who are members of the YouTube channel and members of Patreon are automatically members as shoulders of the shoal community. So you're not being left out, you're being included in. And we very much appreciate your love and kindness and support. All right, so that's a report. That's a report about the shoal. Let me get into the chat here because there are some issues that have come up that are pretty important that it would be good to deal with. And we're also 100 comments down. My word.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Yeah, right. Well, I got it. Steve is concerned about ick. Steve, the solution is simply to raise the temperature to 86, 87 degrees and leave it there until 4 days after the last spot disappears. I found it interesting that apparently the ick came in on snails.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I thought about that, studied it, looked into it. It's perfectly reasonable that that could happen. The ick is a parasite. It's a bug. It's a bug with a mouth that attaches like a lamprey eel, if you know what that is, and then chews its way into the flesh and gets in deep enough it'll go all the way in because it's very tiny. It goes all the way into the body and it begins feeding on the fluids that are in the cells of the body. So it's breaking down tissue in the body. The waste from that process is the white spot that you see at the entrance to its little tunnel that's made into the body. So that can happen in a snail. Now here's the thing. There are no ick parasites in the Amazon on the equator. They're not there. Why is that? Because they are a cold water parasite. They only exist in climates like in North America, in the United States, in Canada. They only exist here. Europe as well. But it's the same parasite. So what do you do about it? You make it uncomfortable for them. There are a couple of ways you can do that. Pretty effective ways, actually. The one is you can put chemicals in the water. You can make it chemically uncomfortable. Now, I happen to have, while he was alive, a very personal friend who invented Quick Cure, which is the basic treatment for ick. It was Merle Cohen. He was owner of Aquarium Products. He invented a wide variety of products as a producer, a manufacturer in the industry. He was an industry leader. He created things like the plastic bag.
Wow.
the styrofoam box. He didn't invent them, but he learned how to use them. He applied them to our situation. Other things as well, using oxygen in the bag, lots and lots of things. But anyway, he invented Quick Cure because we had no way to deal with this bug. It was ravaging fish, and we heaters at that point were virtually non-existent. I'm talking the 50s, 1950s. There were no effective heaters, and what we had were really not very effective. In addition to which, we did not understand anything at all about what this parasite was. So when he invented Quick Cure, that was a miracle drug. That cured the ick. It created secondary problems. It weakened the fish because it created stress in the environment by putting very strong toxins in the water. Formalin and methylene blue, methylene green, formalin and methylene green, both of which are extreme toxins. They're very, very poisonous. Not the sort of thing you'd ever want to get on your skin because they absorb into it and they kill. Well, in a very careful dosage, it worked to kill the ick. And then researchers got involved because the farming industry was finding it was a problem in Florida and they needed help. So the University of Florida created a special laboratory to work with tropical fish farmers in Florida. One of the first things that they discovered is that salt can be used to control ick. It's a freshwater parasite, not a brackish water. It doesn't occur in brackish water. It doesn't occur in salt water. It occurs in fresh water. So by adding salt to the water, they were able, in farms with huge vats of thousands of gallons of water, they couldn't put Quick Cure and all that. Plus, it stains. It's highly problematic. So they developed a cure of salt. Farmers in Florida still use that today. It's more reasonable than trying to heat the vats. Increasing research demonstrated that the ick parasite is only found in cold water climates. So with more advanced heaters, it became a simple matter to turn the temperature up. And we determined that 87, 86 degrees, just above 85, is the range at which the parasite can no longer function. And so it drops off the fish. It backs its way out and drops to the bottom. It's not dead, it's dormant. It's inactive. It can't be active in excuse me, I'm hiccuping here.
That's no problem. That's really interesting.
That's better. Yeah, Karan, make sure we get a video of this.
Yeah.
We need to do this as a short. Anyway, so what happened then is with the temperature control, that then made it possible to drop that fish, that parasite, out of the fish into the substrate. What happens then? Well, it sits there in a relatively dormant state, waiting for the temperature to go back down. Mm-hmm. When the temperature goes back down, it comes back up and it becomes active again. So what do you do about that? Well, here's the dirty little secret that the parasite would rather keep to itself. But we found out its secret. We found its Achilles heel. It has to eat. It doesn't have very much in the way of reserves in order to be able to keep it alive. It has to eat. After 4 days of not eating, it dies. Well, here's the cure, boys and girls.
And
You
that's
got-
really simple.
Now, there's one other factor that's extremely important, most important.
Mhm.
You have to catch it quickly. The ick parasite, once it fills its belly and develops its eggs, it drops to the bottom. I don't know if it mates or not. I think it does. But it lays a batch of 140 eggs. And in less than a day, 12 to 16 hours, they hatch. And they work their way up through the sand and up into the water column, and they're searching for a body to attach to. That is day 4. Day 4, you may have had just one, and you will have not noticed it. You will notice it on day 4, which for you then becomes day 1. The first day you notice it is day 1. There's a spot on this fish. There's one on that fish. There's another one over there. Oh, look, that one has 2. When you see them, they're already 2/3 of the way through their feeding cycle. That white spot doesn't appear right away. It takes a day or 2 for it to appear. When it appears, that parasite is within basically 1 day of dropping out. So it drops out. And you look at and you say, oh, look, the spots are going away. And you take a deep breath and you say, wow, dodged that bullet. Thank God. But did you really? Now there are 140 little parasites down in there. Every one of them, or at least half of them. I need to find out about that. Laying 140 more eggs. So now you have about 10,000 parasites coming up out of the sand on your day 4, which is the parasite's day 7. You're following me here. On day 4, varum. Day 5, there's 5 spots here, 10 spots here. That is the point with that many. If a fish gets 10 or more parasites sucking the fluids out of it, that small a number can drain it enough to kill the fish. And if it goes through another cycle, you're done. Nothing will survive that. So it's important to understand, if you see one spot, you don't necessarily have to worry about that if, and only if, you have a deep substrate system with a food web. And here is the next step. The next cure, which is nature's cure for ick. Let me just say that in the wild, this is turning into a major lecture on that, but it's one everybody needs to understand. In our climate, we have ick in every freshwater stream in our country. But you will never find a fish covered in ink. It will not happen. Why is that? Let's go back down into the mud, into the bottom, where the ick drops to breed. Those little babies coming out, what do they run into? The first thing they run into is 1,000 other species of little tiny animals and and macro fauna, larger things like scuds and shrimp and all of that sort of stuff. And they're all looking for just that thing to eat. That little ick parasite becomes food for its enemies down at that level. And so not very many of them survive. A few do, one or two do. They come up, they attach, and they continue the population. But the population never explodes because it is being controlled by the natural biological population, the diverse population of microfauna that floods the natural environment. So when you bring microfauna into your aquarium, that is what you are bringing in. You're bringing in the natural controls that exist. People say, "Well, I don't want parasites." You already have parasites. Full 50% of the microscopic world in species, numbers of species, are parasitic. Half of every microfauna, half of the count of every microfauna is parasitic. That means they're feeding on each other all the time. That's how it stays under control. Life feeds on life. It doesn't feed on dead. It feeds on dead. It doesn't feed on inert. Doesn't feed on stones. Doesn't feed on sand. Doesn't eat sand. There is no animal, no plant that eats sand. There are lichens that live on rock, but that rock is breaking down, becoming sufficiently accessible for organics to be able to take it in and turn it into something. So there's that, but there's nothing much beyond that. Animals do not eat sand. They do not eat rocks. They eat other living things. That means in order for life to survive, life must die. Look for a moment at the vast numbers of baby fish and baby shrimp that are born. One fish can produce 1,000, maybe 10,000 babies. What are they there for? They are there to feed a population of other animals. That is their function. That's why they are born in those numbers. If they all survived, they would overrun the entire environment.
So
there
true.
would be nothing left. There'd be nothing left. They are food. They are born as food. That is their function. That is what they are there for, to feed the life system. One fish eating another is the way life sustains itself. I think it's vitally important to understand that. Because in your fish tank, just as in the natural world, there are populations growing up and exploding. And if they're not able to be controlled, and it is a perfect example, in a pristine tank, a pure, clean tank, The ick parasite has no enemies, and so it takes over. It's true of other pathogens as well, not the only one. Calvin Tan is dying to come up here. He's waving his hands. Calvin, what do you hi?
Hey, Calvin.
What do you got to say about all this?
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I learned in college the other day that there's a 10% rule. So there's like this food pyramid, right? Which humans eat animals, and then animals eat insects, and then insects eat. I forgot what the whole thing was like. It was just like these three main things, right? Which like, which there's like the energy and the energy transfer into the upper higher pyramid.
That's exactly right. And without that, where there's no life, there's no life.
Right?
Life depends on life for its perpetuation.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, we need to get that. We need to understand that. We need to respect that, and we need to bring as much life as we can into our fish tanks in order to sustain them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've got like an idea for my fish tank.
Tell me about it.
So like, there's a tank here, right? But the thing is, I'm thinking about using two tanks and then using a connector to like connect one from another.
Okay.
And then like so fish can travel to like home to work and then like work to home.
I love it. That's great.
Cool.
That's cool, Calvin.
When you get it
Homework.
set up, you're gonna have to show us. That sounds
That's
really
fun.
cool.
That's fun.
But the problem is that the air, right? The air within the water is not very stagnant. Because like it has to like reduce pressure in order to water to rise up and for the water to like move up into the container so the fish can swim through it. So
No, you
I don't have to fix that problem.
Here's the secret.
Mhm.
Take a tube like a U-tube, okay? Or any kind of a closed container that's bent. You can put each end in a separate body of water.
Mhm.
What's left in the middle is air. If you stick a hose up in that and suck out that air
Yeah.
so that it's filled with water, you've created a tunnel.
That's an ingenious way of doing it.
Yes,
You can-
that was what I was talking about doing. But the problem is that the stagnant air within the tunnel, that there's no airflow within it, so I'm guessing the fish might die anytime soon.
Because, what do you mean? They're going to die because the tank they're in is foul?
Not like that. So imagine, right? Imagine there's like a tunnel from here, right? Like a U shape, right? U shape,
Mhm.
up, straight, and down,
Mhm.
and into another tank. But once you remove the air pressure and the water comes up through the tunnel, right, and down into the other tank, just like a siphon, right?
No. It's open on both ends. The water, if there's any circulation at all in either tank, that circulation will continue into that tube. It's not a problem. Understand what you're saying. That water in the tube will not become stagnant because there's nothing in there to foul, number one. And number two, if animals are moving through it and you've got a little bit of current in either tank, that current is going to move the water. It doesn't have to fight gravity to get in there. It just flows naturally. I've done this. I know it's true. It's
I trust
don't,
water.
don't overthink it, in other words. It's brilliant. I want you to do it. Do it. We want to see it happen. I think it's great. I've done it before. I've never really found a good reason to do it, but I think you're on to something. I think your home to work is brilliant, and there's something that might get fish to migrate into the other and back into this one, and it might be just that. It might be food in one end and not in the other. that'll do it.
Yeah, that might work.
The
Yeah.
trick is to have them something to go back to. And maybe what they go back to is a lot of a heavily planted tank. I don't know. Work on that, Calvin. Love
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Can't wait to see it.
I'm glad you forced me to bring you up. That's brilliant. Thanks, Calvin. I got
Mhm.
another thing I want to talk about. Bye bye. That's pure genius.
Yeah, it is.
This is slipping away from me, and I don't want to lose it. Okay, I got it. Food. We discovered something here this week that we have to deal with. Brenda she has developed an approach to feeding the fish that is absolutely brilliant. And it's working enormously effectively. However, Brenda is new to fish. And she's still learning about fish. And there's something she hadn't figured out, and we didn't really figure it out until we had an incident this week where
What
all the
happened?
fish in the tank died. Small
Oh
tank
no.
fish, but they all died. Could not figure out what it was. And I finally worked it out and realized it was excess food laying on the bottom, some of it almost microscopic. Excess food laying on the bottom and building up. Now, here's the thing about excess food. Food laying on the bottom of a tank, dead food, whatever it is, immediately produces bacteria because it has to be broken down. Bacteria attack it. They take one little bite, and suddenly there are 2 bacteria. Each of them take a little bite, 4 bacteria. That explosion happens very, very quickly. Now, it can be controlled for a while as the food is broken down by the bacteria. Other fish come in and eat on it. But ultimately, if it reaches a level where there is enough dead material in there, the bacteria will explode to the point where the oxygen that they are using to consume that food waste will begin depleting the oxygen in the tank. And that's exactly what happened. The water was clear, no disease, no other problems, but the fish died. Why? Because they ran out of oxygen. There was more bacterial involvement drawing down the oxygen level to the point where these high oxygen requiring fish were stressed out, suffocated, and died. Every time one died, it exponentially increased the problem because that was one more source of food for bacteria. So it created a cascade effect in which every one of them died. So what's the solution to that? We're going to go through our entire staff. We're going to go through and we're going to create a feeding protocol.
Love it.
Will ensure that never happens again. I've been noticing the tank here and there, it gets a little cloudy, a little slimy, something kind of happens. I was shrugging it off. Now I realized it was caused by more food going in there than the fish could immediately consume, and maybe microscopic elements of it, more than the biological system could manage. We're creating a bacteria group, creating slime. There are all kinds of bacteria. Some go into the water, some don't. Creating slime, creating more algae then because that that tends to feed the algae. So it's an issue that I've got a cramp in my hand. Sorry.
Ooh, I hate when that happens.
I found if I shake my hand, I can get it out
Hey, that's a good tip. I didn't know that.
fairly well.
Something else that'll help is potassium tablets. That's something that my brother gave me over the weekend because my hand and my feet both were cramping like
What?
crazy.
Sorry.
Potassium tablets.
Yeah, I take them. I take potassium every day.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that's not helping. Okay, we got a couple of people here. Agnes is here. Let's get Agnes up. Steve is waiting to come up. So let's get Agnes. She's been here a while.
Hey.
Are you with us, Agnes? Your mic is turned off. There you go. Hi there.
Hey.
Are you with us, Agnes?
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you? Are you with us, Agnes?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yep, we
I
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's so good to be with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Here. Wonderful.
It's nice to have you here.
I'd like to share my few fish tanks that I have.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I love that hex tank.
This is I'd like to share my few fish tanks that I have. This is a 35 hexagonal with the fish that just finished quarantine. I still didn't put them somewhere else, but it's coming.
Okay.
With the fish that just finished quarantine, I still
So
didn't
that's
put them
your
somewhere
quarantine
else,
tank.
but it's coming.
Very good.
I have a deep sand here, no soil though, because there was a juvenile flower horn here before.
Okay.
So he was digging, so couldn't put soil here.
Okay.
And now flower horn I was upgraded to 120, which I show you in a moment.
Oh,
Very
wow.
I have a 15-gallon here, which is actually like self-sustained fish tank. I do nothing with it. I have a couple loaches here and some shrimp that are now hiding. So nothing
it.
much
That's a
interesting.
very nice tank.
But let's come here.
Look at this. Oh my
So
God.
here's my
Wow.
40-gallon with just
God.
cardinals,
It just blew my
which
mind.
are hiding
Holy
somewhere there.
Wow.
Oh,
I love your office.
And
my word.
some rabbit snails. There's plenty of them. I can see only 2 right now,
Have you had babies?
but there's like 8 probably. There was even a baby one.
Oh,
Okay,
I am
and
smacked.
here I have a shrimp, 10-gallon with a shrimp, cherry shrimp breeder.
Beautiful.
So there's plenty of those. And I have a 75 here with a huge fire eel.
That is so cool.
Mercy.
I'll try him to come out.
Scrumptious tanks.
Not really, but
just-
some Grammys too are here.
Beautiful tanks.
Yeah,
There
they
he
are.
comes.
Got Neil.
Oh, check him out.
Is that a fire eel? What is it?
Nope.
What is it? What is it? Agnes.
All right, maybe later.
Agnes. What is that eel?
So
Yeah, that's a really cool looking eel. What type is it?
yes,
What is that eel?
so that's a fire eel.
I thought so. Okay.
Eel, what type is it? Yes.
Oh my.
So that's a fire eel.
Look at this.
Yes.
I love this.
My word.
Maybe it will come out later. Yes. This is a 125 here. Yes.
Wow.
Can you turn the
This
volume
is a
off? Your
125 here. And this is a Father Fish method tank, of course.
Wow. Wonderful.
That's a beautiful tank.
We need to get
So
her.
so far there are guppies, some babies. More guppies are coming from a quarantine in a few days. I have a couple loaches here, couple little. Oh, there's one loach.
Isn't this gorgeous?
Yeah, it is.
Couple algae eaters, which are obviously hiding.
I love her hardscape.
But this is
Oh, me
self-going
too.
tank. I love it, and I do nothing with it.
And it goes on. And the beat goes on. Marcia.
Here's another one.
What do you have in total?
Beat goes on.
Oh,
This is a wannabe Lucas Bretz.
so the problem is, guys, that either I can hear you or I can't. So if you hear me,
Wannabe Lucas Bretz.
so the problem is, guys, that either I can hear you or I can't. I don't know what to do.
Wannabe Lucas Bretz.
So the problem is, guys, that either I can hear you
You're
or
getting
I can't.
feedback. Turn the volume off on YouTube. You're getting feedback.
So this is a 90-gallon with the angelfish.
That's beautiful.
So this is the 90-gallon with the angelfish.
Turn your volume off on YouTube.
So this is the on YouTube.
Yes.
Let me see. YouTube. Yeah. All right, I shut down the YouTube on my tablet, and I have you guys only on my phone right now.
Perfect.
But I can't hear you for some
You can't
reason.
hear it?
Should be able to.
You should be able to.
hear us.
Oh well.
She can't hear us.
Mm-mm.
Sorry,
I don't think so.
I can't. I can't.
Beautiful thing.
I don't know. I'm not that savvy to figure it out.
All right. This is. Well, I do want to see.
Anyway, this is 120 with the flower horn. He got upgraded from that hexagonal before.
Wow, that's a beautiful flower.
Very deep substrate here. Of course, no soil. But here in the sump, I have extra sand and some papyrus. Plants are coming here in the future. So he will have some plants too that can eat the nutritions, extra nutritions. So that's that. Okay, here is the quarantine tank. And whatever is here is going to 125 in a few days too. I have little honey sunset gourami here, some platies, and guppies. All right, and last two. I have a little fish tank here. It's a 2.6 gallon, and it's there are 3 little fish. I don't know if you can see at least this one. These are wild caught fish that I collected by accident with my resurrection jars.
Guys,
So there's these 3 little
let her go through this.
guys in a 2.6 gallon.
Fascinated.
And here's my biggest one, 180
Whoa.
with caps and peacocks and some
Unbelievable. Oh my word.
huge clown loaches. So I also have deep substrate here. No soil, obviously. And I just got some plants that are still here. So that means maybe they will survive. So that can help me with
She just
extra nutrition.
needs a
And here in
lot
the sump, I have
to make that work.
extra hornwort for more
Perfect.
plants.
Perfect.
So this is it.
Wow.
These are all my tanks. I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't hear you,
Wow.
but I'm very grateful I could share with you with my tanks. So thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. Thank you, Father Fish. Thank you, Dina. And
Thank
have a great
you.
night.
You got some beautiful tanks. Some very beautiful tanks.
Amazing.
Same
All right.
Bye.
Let's Steve up here.
Okay.
Amazing. Steve,
Hey,
hi. Sorry there was such a long wait. That was mind blowing.
Yeah,
it's
it was.
okay. Here's my little 5.5 gallon tank.
I don't know if I got my post up. Are you there, Steve?
Steve, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Now we got your audio. Can you take your camera and turn it like this and see if it'll flip? Nope, it won't flip. You can turn it back like this. Was hoping it would flip.
Righty, that's a pretty tank.
Yeah, it is.
5.5 gallons. This is the one with ick on it.
Okay. So what are you doing for the ick?
I put it up to 87 degrees yesterday.
Okay, just leave it there.
Okay.
Leave it there for 4 days after all the ick disappears. It is
But
not.
do you don't think the snail can carry it?
They could. I thought that was really interesting. Yes, I do think it's possible for snail. There's no reason why they shouldn't.
Like, oh.
It invades the flesh of an animal. And if it can get to the flesh, well, there
I
you
think
go.
he has it too.
I think it is possible.
It makes sense that it's possible.
There's a bunch of little hair growing on that.
Yeah,
Is that
pretty
okay?
tank. You're going to be just fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But keep in touch. Stay on the show.
That's my little plaque.
And we're just going to stick with you through it. It should be gone in a matter of a couple of days. If it's not, then
Okay,
get back to me.
after 4
Get back to me by
after
Tuesday.
4 days.
Yeah. Yes. If it's
Okay,
still there
yeah.
Tuesday, get back to me.
Okay.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have Natalie, who has been an absolute dear, waiting here patiently for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
There she is.
Hey, Natalie.
Natalie Cuevas. Nice
Hi. Hi, guys. How are you? Hello, Father Fish and Dina. I'm here representing Wilson Cuevas. I'm here for Wilson Cuevas, representing for him.
Tell Wilson.
We have a 75. Yeah. So we have a 75-gallon, 4-month-old Father Fish tank.
Can you hear me?
There you go. Oh, wait. Give me. I can hear you.
Perfect. Perfect.
See if you can turn the camera.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's great.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is a 4-month-old Father Fish tank.
Wow.
And so we experienced a little situation with the chili raspberries. We purchased some cardinals. And after purchasing the cardinals, we realized that the chili raspberries had some spots on them, some white spots.
Oh.
We're not sure if it's ick or if it's stress. We have kept the tank at about 88 degrees for the past, this is day 4 now. I know Wilson went 3 days without feeding and decided to feed them, I believe, yesterday or this morning. He gave them some brine shrimp. So I personally do not see the spots on any other fish. I only see it on these little guys here. It's just like, I'm trying to see if I can see it. See, that one may have one. So it's at the top part of the fin. I don't know if you can see it. It's like little tiny white spots, but we're not sure if it's stress or if it's actually, or if it's ick, because it's not on any other fish. So we're not sure.
Show up as spots. It could be odynium, which is like a talcum powder size spot, as opposed to ick, which is more like a grain of salt, a fine grain of salt. Or a grain of fine salt.
Yeah, see, you can't really. I do not see it, right? But Wilson, he must have like magnifying glasses on his eyes, because he can definitely see it. But I don't see them. There's one on the bottom part of the fin on that guy right there. But yeah, so we're not sure what else can we do. We went 4 days already at this temperature.
Yeah.
Should we just leave it alone?
Nothing has died. It hasn't gotten worse.
No, nothing has.
No other fish is affected.
No.
At this point, I would just keep doing what you're
And
doing.
it's
Just and then get
okay.
back to me. Get back to me in a couple of days. And let's see.
Now, Steve, the guy prior the guy prior to us said something about snails. Now, our tank is heavy with snails. Like we have a lot of snails. Could that be also an issue?
I've never I've never encountered a situation where I have noticed any
Okay.
infestation on snails. It's something I'm going to start looking at because it's perfectly conceivable that the ick parasite could attack a snail. It does impact fish like clown loaches that have no scales. So it's possible. I don't have an answer for it. I need to do more research, and I need to watch infected
Okay.
tanks with snails in them better. That guy looks really good. How long have
Okay.
you had him?
He's new. He just joined the tank a couple of weeks ago. He's
Okay.
fairly new.
He
I'm
is
not great with the names as Wilson is. He's really good with naming them. I'm not sure. We did get a puffer fish, a little tiny pea puffer fish, but I don't know where she went. She's somewhere in here.
They're
But
nice.
this is it, guys. This is it.
I love the
Thank you
red.
so much for your time.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's a beautiful tank.
Yeah, it is.
Just
Thank you
beautiful
so
tank. Thank you
much.
so much.
Yeah, he did a great job. He's been following you for quite some time now.
I
So
know.
thank you for all of your knowledge.
Well,
Thank you so
delighted to meet
much.
you, Natalie. Natalie.
No worries.
Delighted to meet you. Thank you.
Oh, same. Thank you.
You bet.
Take care, guys. Good night.
For now.
Good night. I love the setup of that tank.
Agnes totally blew my mind.
Right? She has so many tanks. She's got pretty much her own private fish store in her house.
It's amazing.
Hmm.
She has only a few fish in each tank, so notice that. That's a very difficult discipline to maintain. Um, I mentioned, oh God, I think my mind just went blank on it. Oh dear. I need to think about something else. Corey Atkins, love the red. I do too. That's
Mhm.
pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Agnes, thank you so much. That's just wonderful. Redneck Aquatics. In 2 hours, we will be done with it. And they're out. Oh, dear God. I know. It's worth your life. Lloyd Goodyear. Let's see. I need to get over to YouTube and pass out some wrenches here. For Svensson in Sweden. Give you a wrench.
Actually, Lloyd Goodyear on my channel, I'm going to give him a wrench too.
Oh, Agnes needs a wrench. Kimco is here. Hey, Kimco, Stitchiage. Hello, hello. Chatterbox. Corey. Stan Pittman. Hey, Stan, nice to see you. Daniel Ingales. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? The red, that's really impressive. Takes a lot of light to do that.
Yeah, it does.
Very intense light. Three G, hey 3G. Stan is here. Black Mountain Rocker. Yes, they were rummy nose. Oh,
I'm gonna need to
sliding
reset
out of
the
this
Instagram
chair.
feed real quick.
Huh?
I'm gonna need to reset the Instagram feed real quick because for some reason it dropped this after an hour, which I don't know why it started doing that.
Have we been here in an hour?
Yep.
Well,
Doesn't feel like it, does it?
well, it went by so fast.
It did.
Had so many people up, and I got on a rant that must have lasted half an hour.
Hey, but it was a really good rant because, that's information that everybody needs to know about eggs.
Let's see if I got everybody wrenched up here. Cowgirl is here. Daniel Ingalls, Melanie Marone, Chatterbox, Bob S, 3G. Father Fish is here. Who do you got in here? Joshua Garcia, the Echo. I know. That was sad. Yeah, we need to get that worked out with her
Yeah.
because we need to spend more time with Agnes.
Mm-hmm.
She is
amazing thing.
she is pretty special. Yeah, right. Somebody just came up. Big Russ. Big Russ, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Yes. Back again. I was on last week with my
Yeah.
tank. I've made a couple changes.
All right.
I took out that giant piece of driftwood that was in there that was taking up most of the volume and put a smaller one in.
Yep.
Plants are mostly the same, but my white clouds are doing well.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah,
I
they're
love the
kind of,
aquascape.
they haven't been sticking together. They've been kind of each in their own part of the tank, but I guess that's okay.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's an Amano shrimp in there somewhere. I can't find him right now, but he makes an appearance every now and then.
Right.
And then I actually have a new tank.
Oh, nice. Oh, my.
This is an 11
cool.
gallon, like bookshelf tank.
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
That is a
And
really nice tank.
thank you.
Got a pretty fancy heater in there for that little tank.
Yep. And I've got black neon tetra in here.
Cool.
About 6 of them. I want to add more. And I want to add some corridors in there as well.
Okay.
But I haven't decided which kind I want yet. And I need more plants, which I've ordered some from the Father Fish store. They should be here tomorrow or Tuesday.
Terrific.
Yep. So that's
Nice
what I got.
tank.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I love the shape of that tank. I've never seen an 11 gallon.
It's a
That's
small
long.
tank. It's really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's shallow and wide.
Yeah.
I love it. Did you make that or did you purchase it?
No,
from
I
the
bought
store?
it. I think I got it on
Virtually
Amazon.
available, yeah. Shelf tanks, they call them.
Yeah, bookshelf tank.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking into getting one of those.
Yeah, it's cool. And
Yeah,
the
it is.
stand I have it on, I made, which is just cinder blocks and wood.
Oh, I love it.
So it's not on the bookcase.
Right.
I see. So
Yeah.
you're screwing with us here.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's all I got going on this week.
Well, thank you, Big Russ. Nice to see you. Great to
Yeah,
have you.
thank you.
You bet.
That is a really cool tank. I've never seen a shelf tank before.
They've been out for a year or more.
Yeah.
They're nice. That's a great idea. You can do little tiny tanks on your bookshelves, or
Love that.
it's just a real nice thing.
Mhm.
Let me get down to the end of this thing here. Daniel Ingles talking about floodlights. There are a lot of ways to do lighting. Awful lot of ways to do. I had a friend who maintained one of the largest saltwater coral breeding operations that I ever saw in a private home.
Mhm.
He had about 4,000 gallons.
Wow.
He used everything imaginable for lighting, including work lights, like shop work lights.
Yeah.
He used shop work lights as lighting to grow coral, no less.
That is amazing. I would have never have thought that shop lights would have worked for coral.
It is amazing.
That is awesome.
All right, I have an announcement. My next video, I have not done a video now for 3 weeks. My views have increased. So I want to thank you for watching all the old stuff, because there are jewels there. But I got a new video. Maybe what I've been doing is watching the piling on that's going on. It was really started. Corey started it. He usually starts a lot of stuff, but he started it by lambasting dirty tanks. I don't like them, he says. Well, nobody asked him to like them. So he did that. And he did it, I can't say he did it in fun, but he did in good faith. He tried to be nice enough. And then that kind of started the ball rolling. And we've been seeing a piling on since then. Cichlid Brothers came on, they did a thing on dirty tanks. And they tried to be rational and reasonable about it. But he did wind up saying, yeah, it's possible to do this natural tank, but it takes a highly sophisticated aquarist with enormous attention to detail, and it's an extremely complex thing to do. So he doesn't understand it.
Yeah, if it was that complex, I wouldn't have 12 tanks.
So that's two of them who don't get it.
No.
And the big one, of course, and the worst of the bunch, was Discus North. And Discus North is just somewhere on another planet, where natural, the world of natural is something to be guarded against, to be protected from. It's to be kept away from real people living on that planet. He invented the term to defining the natural tank. He invented the term swamp tank. And initially, my response was, well, swamps are some of the most delicate fish and some of the most complex environments on Earth.
Absolutely.
Highly sophisticated environments. And the water typically in the swamp is crystal clear.
Mm-hmm.
There are no pollutants in there. It's extremely well balanced. And then I got to thinking, okay, so he's all about raising discus. Now, I don't believe he has ever bred a discus. And that's okay. I haven't either. But I've decided I'm going to I'm going to throw down a challenge to Discus North. Now, it's one he might very well win. The challenge is to see who can breed discus first. Well, it doesn't matter first. Who can breed discus in the tank they've developed. Now, I know, in fact, he can do it because I know what he's done. I know what the tank is, and it is pretty much straight line what virtually every discus breeder does. I mean, it's right down the line. I have no complaints, nothing to say negative about his system at all. However, he is convinced that Father Fish's swamp tank is the most unhealthy environment in the world for discus. So I'm going to do a video. By the end of the week, I can't do it before Friday. And the reason is I got a warning. I haven't said anything about this. I got a warning that from YouTube that will end on later this week. And the warning was based on posting a video depicting a native fish in a stream, native stream. That means a stream out in the world with fish in it, darting down into the dirt. It was a clip about 5 seconds long. And they said what that demonstrated was causing, how did they put it? It was doing violence to fish.
Yeah, that was so insane.
So I got called down by YouTube for doing violence to fish by posting a 5 second clip of a fish in the wild darting into the bottom of the stream it was in. The level of idiocy that their AI system demonstrated that made it clear, and I contested it, talked to them about it. They were absolutely committed because they're absolutely committed to AI. And there was an AI decision that called that. So, putting that aside, that will be ended this week. I'm going to wait until it is, and then we're going to come out with a new video entitled "Raising Discus in Swamps," and we'll see where that goes. Brenda is here. Hello,
Awesome.
my dear. How are you?
Hi.
Hey.
Nice to see you. What are you up to?
What am I up to? I came on to say thank you to all the viewers and all the people that have placed orders in the last 2 years because of their support for Father Fish and believing in him and ordering plants and dirt. Shopify has awarded him.
No, you, not me. You. You're the one.
This wonderful plaque from Shopify.
Go, Brenda.
And it says on the back, congratulations, Father Fish Aquarium, for reaching 10,000 orders.
Wow.
And it is dated from November 23rd. So we couldn't have done it without the support of all of you.
Amen.
So I wanted to share.
Wonderful.
That is
Thanks.
so awesome.
I love it. I love it.
That is so awesome.
It
Isn't that
is.
incredible? Yeah, I'm real proud of her. She did it. I mean, honestly, she really did. That could not have happened without Brenda.
Mm-hmm.
She has had her hand in every single one of those 10,000 orders,
Mm-hmm.
packing them and shipping them. She has learned more about plants than I ever knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's one of the first things he taught me. When we first started, we were just doing supplement. We started out with like maybe 15 orders a week. And then he started with plants. He goes, here, you need to help me with this.
Mm-hmm.
And we were sorting plants and packing them up. Then he looked at me one day. He goes, you need to learn the names of all these plants. So that's when I started learning all the plants.
That's awesome.
There's
Lloyd Goodgear said to tell you congratulations, and so did Bear. She
oh,
said
thank you.
to tell Brenda thank you very much, that her package was amazing.
Daniel Ingo's
Good.
Eagles, congratulations, Brenda.
Yeah, we struggled this past week because the post office here was closed a few days
Yeah.
due to the snow. So they were closed on Monday. They were closed on Thursday, and I think Tuesday or Wednesday they were closed. I think it was Wednesday. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Thursday was the holiday,
Yes.
and then snow closing, so it was a rough week.
Yeah, I think it was Monday and Tuesday they were closed because of the snow.
And we were backed up anyway because of the holidays,
Yes.
as well as the cold weather. So, but you got everything out that could be shipped. I
Yes.
think what was left was 2 or 3 orders that
Yeah,
had
just a
Anubias, not Anubias, that had crypt in them. And we totally ran out of crypt.
Yes, we did.
But
There's
those will be
lots of
filled on
orders for crypt.
Tuesday. So yeah, incredible. And sales are picking up. We're 50% increase in sales over the past couple of weeks.
Wow, that's
So
awesome news.
and we really need to do that because we're taking on more people because we want to be able to build a strong staff that'll be able to handle the volume that we anticipate. And we're getting there. We're absolutely getting there. What else is going on here? Chatterbox. Talking about the fires. My God, yes.
The fire is horrible.
Just dreadful. I tell you what, folks, those people who are not happy with Father Fish expressing his opinion on things are going to be a whole lot unhappier as we move forward under this new presidency. Because I ain't taking no captives anymore. You've gone down. I have come to understand that woke is zombie. And zombies must be terminated. That doesn't mean killing people. That means destroying the mentality. Because the mentality is chaos. And I'm going after it. I'm going after it. What else going on here? When can I add more fish in the aquarium after the ink is gone? You can add, yes. Yeah, the answer is yes. Yes, you certainly can. Emboldened. I am emboldened. I am indeed emboldened. Thanks, Brenda.
Thanks. She went away so quick. I was hoping she'd stay with us for a while.
She's very shy. Brenda's very shy. We're getting to her. I've been encouraging her to create a YouTube channel. She is an absolutely brilliant herbalist.
Yes, she is.
She is an amazing herbalist who creates lotions and tonics and all manner. I don't know how many she has, dozens of different products that she manufactures, all of which are natural products. And they're listed in our store. We have enough confidence in her. And I've used them enough to know these are miraculous products. They're just wonderful. 100% natural products that do well. The array of things that are used for is mind-boggling.
Yeah, I love her pain cream. Her pain relief cream, that works so well. It really is amazing what she can do with herbs.
Oh yeah, Brenda's Natural Products.
Mhm. Yeah, I posted a link for everybody so they could go check it out.
G-Man, thank you so much, G-Man, for your super sticker. It is much, much appreciated. See,
I'll
so
be right back. I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
oh dear. Discus and Angels in your 69, Valerie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Gee, what else have I got to talk about? There is something else. I don't know as I really want to get into it. It's kind of heartfelt, really. And it's something that I'm taking enormous joy in and feeling that I'm finally becoming the pastor the Lord has wanted me to be. And it's really got to do with being a fisherman, a fisher of men and women. That was Jesus' promise to the disciples when he found them on the beach with their fishing nets. He said, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers, not of fish, but fishers of men." And that's what's happening here. We are just literally saving lives, and we've created now uh, uh, what amounts to a church. It's a loving community, a community of love and support to be family, to be family. So this week I had just the most wonderful experience. I found a young couple in their 20s with babies, a young couple with babies who are being evicted by a very vile and malicious property owner who wanted their apartment back because they were not making enough money on it and they could not legally increase the rent. So they got late one time on their rent and they took them to court, refused to accept the payment, took them to court and threw them out. In the middle of winter, in an icy city with no heart. That's when I found out about it. They were looking at being on the street with their babies within about a week and a half. No hope of doing or getting anything. Not enough money to be able to do more than make the month's rent. And then I found as I talked to them that they were very much alone in the world. No friends, no brothers and sisters, and both of them with parents who were just not capable of helping them for their own reasons. babes lost in the real in a cold, cruel world. And as I talked with them and prayed with them and gave them the support they needed to be able to move on, to find a place to live, I welcomed them into our family. And I was shocked how much that meant to them because they had never experienced that kind of love from the world. I think that had a deeper impact on me even than it did on them. Because there's so many other folks out there, many of whom, for whatever strange reason, get involved with fish. It's not an escape. It's a way of it's a way of being able to hold on to something that is stable and that is true. Well, that's where we're going, folks. That's who we are. It's what we're doing. And those who don't understand, well, sad for them. Jacob is here. Hey, NC, come on up. We're going to do Jacob and NC together.
Hey, that'll be fun.
I know NC's here. He stopped in earlier and said hello before the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Come on up, NC. We'll get
I'll
you
tag him in the chat.
We did that last week and it was fun. So we'll do it again. Is he in the chat? Would you see?
I don't think so, because whenever I typed in the @ symbol and just NC, it doesn't do the drop down menu. So he may not be here right now.
We'll see. He might be going to dinner or something.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh boy, Steve. Yes, Steve, that's who it's about. Joshua, get you a wrench. Oh, he's already got one. Just YouTube hadn't caught up with it yet. If that's true, then I'm not behind. Guess I'm not. Good. Okay. All right. Looks like NC's not going to make it. Hi, Jacob.
Hey.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So it's just I can't get nothing to stop growing. It's just it's stoppable. I know the signs of when it starts struggling and not just add leaves. That's all I'm to the point to. I just add leaves.
Isn't that amazing?
Simple.
Well,
Basic principles. Basic principles is what's happening in here. Basic.
that's right. That's right.
Hey, your tank's looking amazing.
The jungle valve's over 5 foot. I can't get it to stop.
Yeah, it's amazing how that stuff grows. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Wonderful.
And then
Yeah, go ahead.
and then my plecos, along with the clown loaches, they like getting on here and eating the tannins, I guess, off the wood.
Well, they're eating the fungus that's growing on it and the other microscopic, like little bits of algae, micro creatures. Mostly it's fungus. Fungus is nutritional. Look at that.
I got all kinds of them things jumping everywhere. They look
Yep.
like basically like bed bugs back there.
Do you know what a bed bug looks like?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, them
Yeah,
things are nasty. I
they
hate them
are, aren't
things.
they? I know it.
Them things are worse than a war because that's what you fight with them, a major war.
Oh yeah, you can beat them though. I've done it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can beat
you
them.
can.
That just Earth will help you big time.
I love coming here looking at the side.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful view.
Uh, Prodigious. You want to come up and put your 2 cents in? He came up and dropped off. I'll get you up.
I'm thinking about their gutting these little bit of stem what I have left because the jungle vows just taking over. It's what it's literally doing is just taking over.
Yeah, what I would do, I think, is get that second tank going because you're going to have a lot of plants you could put in there from this tank.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. That's right. I need to get mud and I need to get sand.
Right. Put an order in for something small. I'll send you the dirt. So,
I need to get a supplement that would be adequate enough for a 30 gallon.
okay, I can do that. Uh,
Here's
there
here's
you
that little guy. He's
make it.
Oh,
doing
yeah.
amazing.
I want to get him a 29 bag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wonderful.
Hey Jacob, can you
Yes.
hear us? Place an
Yes.
order for something small where Father Fish will have you on record. He wants to send you some soil.
Okay, I can do that. Sweet. Yeah, see, even with this actually shows an indication that the process is actually working.
You
Oh
This is
bet.
yeah.
You
all
bet.
growth
Yeah.
of all like about 7 months, and before within like the first month and a half, all this would be caked with it because this bacteria right here is not fully like doing its full cycle of breaking down, so it basically overwhelms because
Michelle,
most
come
of
on back. I'm going to get you up quick as I can here. The
because it's
prodigious.
not,
All
you know.
right, let's jump up here. Here's
Oh,
prodigious.
Oh,
what's up, y'all?
hey.
Hey,
How you guys doing?
good. How are you?
All right, all
What's
right.
up?
How you doing, Jacob?
How you
Yeah.
doing, buddy?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Sweet.
I just wanted to stop by and say congratulations on your 10,000 Shopify.
Thank you. That's Brenda. Brenda, you hearing this? She is, I'm sure. She's on.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Michelle.
That's
Hey.
good.
How are
Hi.
you? Nice to see you.
Um,
I wanted to show my father fish tank.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
good. Let me clear the decks here a little bit. Just hang in there, and I'll get you a full screen. Look
Okay.
at here. Hold on a minute. Don't go away. Jacob, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yes,
Jacob.
thank y'all.
Bye for now.
How do you turn it around? I still don't
Thank
know.
you, privileges.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
All
Yeah,
right,
sounds great.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Michelle, where'd she go?
Oh, she's down at the bottom. There she is.
I'm trying to see how you turn it around.
You can just flip it, or there's a little circle. Like on mine, there's a little circle right there you can click that'll flip it.
Oh, I'm not even on it. I'm on like YouTube.
You're on your computer or you're on
I'm on my phone.
turn it sideways. See what
You can
happens.
just turn it sideways and then just flip it around. I'm not sure which camera you're using.
Try it the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Try.
There we go.
you
Got it. Now you full
Okay.
screen.
You did it.
It's flipped.
Yep, it's flipped. Look at
I don't
that.
think it.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Wow. Good girl. Look at that.
I'm waiting on some more plants to come in.
Okay. I love it.
And I have my substrate at the bottom under the sand.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
It's
It
looking
looks
good.
great. Yeah, I like it.
I've been having fish like I think it's been a month since I had it up. And
All right. Yeah.
My black terrace. What's the name of them?
Did you ever have a tank before this, Michelle?
A long time ago, I had one. I had it set up for my baby. A long time ago, with mollies in it. So this is my first time going with all different kind of fish. The guppies, the mollies.
Nice.
And
I
they
think
got
it's great. I
I
think you're
got
doing really
babies.
well. Yeah.
We got babies up in here.
Look at that. Look at that. All right.
And then my husband got one over here. He got set up.
Oh,
Hey, that's awesome.
look at this.
Oh, that's pretty.
Now he can put plants in there.
We put the guppy grass in there.
They'll probably chew that up.
Yeah,
You,
they're eating it. Then we got these trees we got made with guppy grass on.
yeah. Put some some jungle vallisneria in there. About
Okay.
10 of them. You don't want to do one
Oh,
or
I got some jungle bile coming in.
okay, great.
They running. They all running. I don't know why they acting like they shy.
You're scaring them. Look at that. Oh, he's got oscars. He's got parrots.
Wow.
He's got African cichlids. It looks like one of my tanks.
Yeah, it does.
He's got a biker. Honestly,
He's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
he do.
I love it. I love it. Back off a little bit. Yeah, that's better. These are Africans, I think.
Yeah, those
Well, one of them is parrots. That's African. Malawi. Look at that. Now, what size tank is that?
55.
Okay, that's what I thought. I love it. It's a great tank.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Glad-
Nice meeting you guys.
It's nice
Thank
meeting
you,
you too.
Michelle. Nice to have you come up.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Whoa.
Definitely seen a lot of nice tanks tonight.
Yeah, really have.
Hmm.
There's another guy who might come up.
Yeah.
There's a local friend here was in today. Actually, his parents were in,
Hmm.
and they were talking about him, kind of ragging on him. How he's got this big turtle display, and he's into turtles. Well, we had a handful of turtles here. Well, I've been trying to get rid of for weeks.
Yeah.
And they said, no, I can't do that. I can't take them to the, no. I put them all in the box. And they said, you're not getting out of here unless you take this turtle box over to your son.
Hmm.
So they did. About an hour later, he shows up at the door. Didn't have the turtles with him. Going on about how those turtles are really enjoying their new home.
That's awesome.
We just got to talk. We became best buds. All of a sudden.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And he works in acrylic, and we've got a couple of big vats we want to put acrylic windows in to make like 400-gallon tanks. So he's
That's
going
gonna be
to do that. Yeah, that'll be cool. So
Did he have any turtles left at the shop, or did you give him all the turtles?
got rid of every one of them.
Awesome.
Every one. And we got a big new display coming in that we're getting from Petco. It's something they're getting rid of. I don't know. It's a strange big acrylic thing, fiberglass rather, monster like 400 gallons.
Wow.
Really, a very interesting molded container that we're getting. We've got to go pick it up this week.
That's gonna be cool.
And that's going to become a mud flat and see for mud skippers.
Ooh, that's gonna be cool.
And if we do this right, we'll be able to have a brackish water environment in the deep part of it, and the mud skippers in the shallow part of it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how all this works out. The G-Man is here.
Sir,
Hey.
congratulations.
Isn't that
Excellent.
amazing?
And I want to thank Brenda. Brenda, thank you for the heat pack. I appreciate it. I definitely need it up here. But I want to say, Father Fish, prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. You'll do
I
it.
will.
You bet.
And that's the thing that you don't understand. It's called patience.
Yeah.
Learn what do you think the animal, where did the animal live before we had it in a fish tank?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Think about its environment.
Yeah.
They don't get it. They want instant gratification. But I want to show you something. So, got your plants, just the other plants, and I'm waiting for the other one with the shrimp to come. So, I'm going to show you something here. So, we're getting this one's going to be set up. Can you see?
Can you turn it this way where we can see the whole thing?
Get him.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it sideways.
There we go. Right, perfect.
There we go. Well, that's the Father Fish tank. You can't see the soil down below. I don't have a flashlight, but I can show you.
That's beautiful.
Give me a second. Sorry. Just to show, this has been 3 months. 3 months. You can see on the bottom. Look at that. And it's been releasing its gases, but look how pretty that is. All natural, no filtration, except the little air bubbler in the back.
Yeah.
We'll come out later. And then, look at that. Look at that.
That's beautiful too.
All Father Fish.
You bet. Great.
Done.
Amen.
Look at that nice, pretty gourami, though. I had to have that gourami. It was gorgeous. Just beautiful. But it was messy. Thank you so much. And congratulations. Thank you so much, Brenda. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be ordering some of those products from her.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to try it, definitely. Next shipment. Thank you so much, Father Fish. Prove them wrong.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. All right. Oh, my.
The mud skipper tank, that's going to be really amazing to see. I can't wait till you got that set up.
Yeah, that's going to take some real effort to get that.
Oh,
together,
yeah.
So we can do it right. It'll be amazing if we pull it off.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can pull it off. I don't know if the concept will even work because it allows for the animal to go into deep water, and I don't think it really can handle that. I don't think it's equipped to. They live on mud flats, and those mud flats don't suddenly drop off, and I don't think we can avoid a drop off. We may simply screen it and not allow it to go beyond that. I don't know. We'll see. But what I'd really like to do is create an environment where the water level will go up and down like a tide.
Yeah.
Because the mud skipper depends on that tidal influence in order to be able to be in the water and then on a mud flat. So it varies during the day by the tide, whether it's in full water or on a mud flat. So there might be a way we can do that.
That'd be cool if there is.
Yeah. How are we doing here? Lord, we got a half an hour left. How do we feel? I'm all talked out. Mercy.
Yeah, I looked into getting a mud skipper one time, and I'm like, I'm going to wait a few years before I try that.
Well, they're hard to keep alive.
Yeah.
Because I think, frankly, because their environmental needs are very specific. You can feed them unnaturally, but I want to be able to feed them naturally, which means having a very intense light, having a mud flat that's going to grow algae that'll provide nutrients for them. And it means having other kinds of things living in there too. Now I can accommodate that because we have mud flats locally. So I can duplicate a lot of the fauna in it, but it might mean making a mud flat pretty big.
Yeah.
Which is okay too if, we'll just see. I don't know what we're going to do with that, but we'll see. It'll be fun working on it.
Yeah, well.
I feel like I'm played out here. I really do. We lost
Hey,
it.
it's understandable.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to NC.
Yeah, he was supposed to come back up.
Never made it back.
I'll have to check and see if he's online in Discord and see what he's up to.
Yeah, really. He might be over there. I don't know.
Yeah, he's not online on Discord either.
Wore me out. Yeah, absolutely did. Cowboy Steve, do you have a wrench?
He will soon.
If you don't, you will. Let's see. We do have a few. He does not. We got you covered, cowboy. And then there was somebody else. I just saw Buckhorn. Buckhorn. Let's get Buckhorn a wrench.
I'm going through the chat now.
Yeah, I think I got him.
Yeah, I think so too. Lloyd Goodyear says on my channel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lloyd Goodyear on my channel says, yes, my wife is becoming more interested in my mini tank's progress. At first, she was had no interest in my hobby. She now suggests ideas of tank's looks and the cabinets.
All right. Let me recommend to you, what's his name?
Lloyd Goodyear.
Lloyd. What you need to do, Lloyd, is give her the responsibility for doing that. Don't do it. Let her do it. That'll get her hands in the tank. And then you can do the natural division of labor that makes this work for a married couple.
Mm-hmm.
Where you do the mechanical end of it, and she does the husbandry end of it. Let that develop. You don't need to dump it all on her at once. But if she wants to take over parts of that, let her do it. Mm-hmm. What that will do is it'll create a relationship that will incredibly strengthen the integrity of your hobby, mm-hmm. of the tanks, and frankly, of your marriage. Because it bonds you together in ways that allow you to each function independently but in conjunction. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. And I love that Dean's getting in the hobby with me. My husband's getting into the hobby with me now, and I'm loving it.
Oh, it just makes everything so much better.
It really does.
Because suddenly you can do things you could not do before. Mm-hmm. Pandu Kasumo. I'm following his tips about tank. Buy 3 fish and now become 20. I don't give any food for my fish, but still have algae. Perfect, Pandu. Perfect.
I'm not sure how Christian
B
on my channel.
Name my mud skipper Muddy.
That would be hilarious. You got to do that.
Really? I made a deal with Christian this week.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I asked him how the bettas were coming from the last batch, and he said, well, there aren't enough to make it worth shipping. Only have about 20. And I said, I want the 20.
Right?
Give me those 20. So
Yeah.
he's shipping me the 20, which I am enormously excited about. I mean, 20 may not sound like a lot, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it gives me just so much color and and these bettas he's producing are absolutely magnificent. I haven't seen anybody do it better. These are kind of back to the first group, which are just remarkable, all koi patterns, wonderful stuff. So very, very excited about that. What?
Valerie on my channel says, I think my husband is going to help me build a cabinet for my 69-gallon. He will also be in charge of the fish this summer while I'm in Wildwood. So that's pretty cool.
You bet. That's great.
Mhm.
Doing it.
Fish keeping bringing everybody together.
You bet. That's a way of doing that, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. That it does.
It really does. Oh, why? I'm weary. Oh, you know what?
But
I just figured out where to get guppies.
where?
This woman who has a YouTube channel
Mm-hmm.
who lives in Mississippi, just near Christian, actually. I need to get back to her and have her. She shipped me guppies years ago, and I wasn't equipped to deal with them. But I am now, and if she's doing them, I need to buy some of her guppies. She has nice stuff. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. I'm desperate for good guppies. Kristen, who am I thinking about? This old brain doesn't always work right. Ooh-ha.
See what we got.
When is a good time to ship? Just do it Monday if you can, as soon as you can. Don't worry about it. Things have been holding up pretty well. It'll be okay. Jupiter, it's okay so long as she's not hostile. If she's not hostile, you're good. If she gets hostile about it, then you need to make a deal with her. And the deal is, I will not walk into a fish store one more time unless you are with me. And then just let her stew on that. Don't complain about it. Don't bug her about it. Don't say a word. Just wait. And in time, she will say, okay, I'll go to the fish store with you. When she gets there, she has to go in and she has to look around. Let her do it. She will see something that piques her curiosity, something that she's attracted to. When you see that happen, buy it for her. And if you don't have a tank to put it in, buy a tank for her. And if she complains about it, say, that's okay, I'll set it up for you. But when you get it all done, she needs to be the one putting the fish in the tank. get her involved at her level of interest because it's there. It's there. It's inevitable. Just be gentle about it. You don't need to be demanding. You don't need to be pushy. You need to be humble. You need to be grateful. You need to remain positive and hopeful, and it'll happen. I absolutely guarantee it. I know that as well as I know I can give a 5-year-old child instructions of setting up a fish tank, and when it's done, a month later, it'll look like a master oculist did it.
Right?
I am absolutely confident.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Daniel, you got a problem. You got to wash both hands at once. I love it. I love it. Mexican standoff here. Guinea pigs. I cannot even imagine 20 guinea pigs. They go in the barn. They go in the barn. You can tolerate cold weather, you know. They don't have a problem with it. 20 guinea pigs.
That's a lot of guinea pigs.
Here's the thing, though, David. You got to say Daniel. You got to say yes. You can't say no. It's the rules don't allow you to say no. I love it. I love it. Right.
Hey,
if she wants goldfish, get goldfish. Damn straight.
Yeah.
Right. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, Daniel. Nice. Black Mountain loves the little noises of picking things.
That's a good impression. I can tell you've kept guinea pigs.
They taste good too. Tell her, yeah, we can do it because Father Fish told me they taste good.
I just figured out how I can talk Dean into letting me have a guinea pig. It's a homestead guinea pig.
Right.
It doesn't meet guinea
Right.
pig.
Oh God, now we're in trouble. Hey, Corey.
Hey, Corey.
In here.
Mercy, look at this.
Swampy.
Wow. That's beautiful, Corey.
There's a swamp. Sure enough.
Right?
Corey came in. He was here when I got here this morning, and he stayed the entire day, and we had one wailing good time.
Very swampy.
Nice.
That's probably what I'm going to name my turtle tank is Dina Swamp. Just as a joke.
Very swampy.
Wow, look at the colors on those.
Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
Very very swampy. So there's some discus in there. So I have some discus in this swamp tank, and then there's some severums and a discus in this swamp tank.
It's true. It's true.
Extra swampy this one is.
Ah.
Seeing back there, it's a blue turquoise.
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah.
I love the blue turquoise. Oh, that's a beautiful fish.
The swamp is very dense in these parts, so.
Black Mountain says swamp-tastic.
Love it.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Right.
You just cannot raise discus. They will not survive in a swamp tank. You can't do it.
Right.
You cannot do it. Oh, let's see if we can. Oh, excuse me. I'm trying.
Small
No,
discus. Right, there it is. Redneck got it. The way to do discus in a swamp tank is to put swamp discus in a swamp tank.
see all the wigglers
That is
on the
cool.
lead.
I do, yeah.
Swamp activities. Swamp activities. Well, that's my swamp tank. So,
Pretty good. Pretty good.
discus, they're just barely clinging on to life.
I know they are, aren't they? Look at, they can't
Barely,
hardly, can they? They're gone, sallow, sad and broken. Sad
just
and broken.
color, motionless, and emotion. They're just
So unhappy. So unhappy.
at
It
them.
just
They're miserable.
breaks my heart.
I just want to just throw them out the window.
I know. Give them a flush them down the toilet. Why don't you?
They love me, boys.
Hey, Corey. Valerie wants to know how many gallons is your discus tank?
This swamp discus tank is 65 gallons.
Oh, that's yeah. That's at 3'65". That's a nice tank.
Yeah.
I'll have
It's a
them.
tall.
That's
This
beautiful.
one's a 29. The same sword swamp infusion tetra tank is a 29.
Oh, you know what? That 65 is what I got the big Severums in, isn't it? That's the same tank.
It's similar, yeah. It's similar. Yep.
Christian, those are your Prince Severums in that little tank.
So this one is just over 5 weeks old, and all these just started out as basic small stem plants.
Wow.
Amazing.
It is.
The curse of the swamp.
Yeah, your
Swamp
plants
water
grow
is
amazingly.
very luxurious. The swamp water is very lush swamp plants. They're very swampy.
Swampy there, that's right. Swampy. Looks
Swampy
like a
road.
swamp to me.
It does. It's absolutely just swamped right out.
Swampy, right.
That's beautiful.
So from one swampophile to another, what is your good word for the day, Corey Atkins?
My good words for the day was, friends will let other friends set up a swamp tank.
I love it.
Not bad. There you go. Words to the wise.
You're not doing them a disservice. You are not.
Love it.
I'd rather do in this than in something that's completely sterile and devoid of all life except for the fish itself. That's frankly boring. It places on the fish, and the fish are beautiful, but I think they're more beautiful in a context like this.
Oh, yes,
But that's
I do, Christian. Yes, please send more Severin. Please, please.
Yeah, these are yours, Christian. These guys are. Hi, babies. They're growing up fast.
They're nice, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're beautiful. I love them. They're growing up fast. They're happy in the swamp.
I think it's a great fish.
It really is.
Yep. They're all getting along.
Can you get us close up of that turquoise discus, Corey? That thing is beautiful.
Sure.
Yeah, that fish is just gorgeous. Wow.
Gorgeous. Yeah, it is. Nice fish.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, stressed it out. It's okay.
So, Dina, what's your subscriber count on your channel?
It is at 846.
Okay, let's get Dina to 850 right now. Get your link up. 850 right now. Let's get it going, guys. We need 4 people to step up and subscribe to Dina's channel right now. Let's get to 850. We can do it. We got about 2 minutes. That's all we need. We're going to get there instantly. Where we go? Here.
Hey, we're at 8:47.
All right, moving right along. I got 849.
Oh,
We
cool.
need one more. 849.
Oh, that was fast.
One more. Come on, guys. One more. One more person sign up. Let's get there. 849. 849. I'm refreshing. Do it now, this very instant. I mean you who is not yet subscribed to Dina's channel. Do it right now. We need you. We need your support. Only need one more. Don't make me stay on here for another 20 minutes begging for one subscriber. Let's do it. Come on, guys. Somebody step up. That was ho
We're there.
ho ho
51.
851.
Thanks, everybody.
851. All right.
Oh, I love
Good
that.
job.
That thing.
Good job. Mercy.
Thanks, everybody.
Let's see if I can get the song up here.
Okay. Bella, can you speak while we're yelling?
I heard her barking.
I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them,
I'm not sure what it's
and their
doing either.
colors begin
It's
to
what's
glow,
going to remove it? I don't
I'm drawn into a
know. I
world
know what's wrong.
where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love.
Well, now what are we doing?
I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found the peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Delighted to be with you. Where are you going for you?
Yeah, I think you left. Brenda.
Good night, all.
Good night. Love y'all.